Guys, this is Matt with Outdoors here. Just doing another review on the iGlow. I had a request to do another one, so here we go. Here's a second review of the iGlow 40 to 70 pounds. I got this bare boned for about $114 about 2 years ago for Christmas that my wife got me. And so far, this bow has been pretty good. It's not the fastest bow. Doesn't perform like a Hoyt or a Matthews or anything like that, like the higher end bows. But for the price and the money, it works really good. It's 4.4 pounds bare boned, which is a little heavier than most of the bows out there that are higher end. So what I have done, I've replaced the string. Went to Cabela's and got not winner's choice. I got first choice strings because that's what they switched over to when I got the strings. The strings not too bad. It did stretch on me after a while. Couldn't figure out why my bow was shooting slow. Ended up having to take it back and having them retune it. Other than that, I haven't had hardly any issues with this bow. The only other issue that I had was my string stop. I had to switch that, and I went on Amazon and found the Limb Saver string decelerator. It's only like, I think the highest price was like $35. Works actually a lot better than the original one that is on there. So basically what I had to do was, it comes with all the mounting brackets and stuff. I ended up putting it just behind my SAS stabilizer here, and ended up, of course, you end up having to cut the end of it because it sits a little bit long. I tried mounting it to where the old one was, but the way it curves and stuff like that, I couldn't find the right position for it. Other than that, it's great. I also got the Trophy Ridge React one. It's not the Pro because I only got it for like 85 bucks. Works good. Lights up really good on it for the pin. I was only able to go to about 85 yards with this, with the setup that I got. I mean, if you end up using a lighter arrow, I'm using a kind of a little bit heavier arrow. You might be able to get out to maybe 90, maybe a little bit further. The arrow that I am using is the Stalker Extreme from Cabela's. 340 spine. I don't know if you guys can see that. Let's see if it focuses. There you go. 340 spine, 6580. It's got the 9.3 GPI. I am using the Striker 2 mechanical broadheads, 100 grain, and they are at 31-inch total length, and my draw is 30. I have it set, I have the iGlow set at 70 pounds and 30-inch draw. I am running a Knapp Apache drop away rest. Works great for this bow. I do want to change that to a limb drive, but as of right now, the setup that I have right now actually works perfect. I went out shooting yesterday at Skookum in Puyallup and was hitting the target at 100 yards. Of course, I had to compensate since I only can shoot to 85. So I ended up having to aim a little bit higher. Of course, you know, if you're an archer, you know, if you don't have that setup to where it reaches out that far, you gotta compensate a little bit. My next thing that I'm using is the True Ball release. Really good release. Had a while to take and get used to it, but finally I'm used to it. It's the rope style. Of course, it has the plastic piece here, and it does have an adjustable trigger set, which I ended up setting mine because it was a pretty hair trigger when I first got it, so I had to back it out and make it a little bit stiffer. It is a buckle release also, so that makes it a lot easier to get back into your anchor points and set it to where you need it. The next thing that I'm using is the Bushnell Trophy. Let's see, there we go. Trophy Extreme with the arc. So it does give me the compensation of doing the angles all the way out to 99 yards. It will tell you, so if you're shooting uphill, it will, up to 99 yards, it will tell you what pin to shoot at. So if you're at, say, 50 yards and you're shooting uphill at a pretty steep angle, it'll tell you what pin to shoot it at. Or if you're, downhill, it will tell you, the distance on that. So like if you're at 50 yards, but the true distance is, say 45 yards, it will tell you to shoot at your 45 pin, or in between your 40 and your 50 pin if you use a fixed sight. If you're running a slider, then you can set it to your 45 and go from there. Other than that, for the bow itself, for the price, it does what it's supposed to do. I mean, if I can shoot out to 100 yards and hit my target, I say it's definitely worth the money. Other than that, I have not gotten a deer with it yet, unfortunately. Hopefully this year is not over yet, so we will, I got till December 31st to get my animal. Another thing on this, definitely make sure that your bolts and everything are tight on this. Sometimes they do back out. If you don't want them to back out, go ahead and use a blue Loctite, which I did for the draw settings. I put Loctite on those so they would not come out. I always check them just to make sure. That's on both of them. The cam is really smooth. Even at 70 pounds, when you pull it back, it does not doesn't have that big lump for the back wall and stuff like that. But other than that, the bow is great. It does what it's supposed to. Wish it was a little bit lighter, but got what I got, and hopefully soon I will be able to get another bow. So I would definitely suggest, if you are a beginner, to get this bow if you are looking for something inexpensive. And definitely change the strings, unless you're going to just target practice with it. That string would be fine. Doesn't come with anything unless you buy it with the package. But I did the package after I bought this, which was the SAS package, and that wasn't a really good package. I ended up having to buy everything separately because it just wasn't there. Things started falling apart on the stuff, so I ended up having to buy better stuff than that. So that's why I went with the Trophy Ridge. The pins are very bright on those. I went with the drop away rest because I was having issues with my fletching hitting my cables when I was shooting, and it wouldn't give me a great consistent shot. My arrows would do the barrel roll and stuff like that. So if you do end up getting like a hostage rest, I would definitely suggest going with the 4-inch fleshings, just because of the fact that they will bypass the cables just barely, but they do pass. My buddy has the green iGlow 40 to 70 pounds, and he uses the 4-inch fletch because he's using my old hostage rest that I had, and it clears the cables. If you go with a Whisker Biscuit, you're able to turn your knocks, and you can bypass if you go with the, you know, blazer vanes. But other than that, that's why I went with the drop away rest. It's been good. It's quiet. The bow is a little bit loud compared to, you know, higher end bows, but all in all, you can put limb savers on it. You can put, of course, the string silencers on it that I have. I don't like these ones that much. They don't work all that well. I like the whiskers. That actually seemed to help them a little bit better, but for the string noise. But other than that, this completes my review. If you guys have any questions, go ahead and comment below. And if there's anything else, have a good day.